Hey guys, Dirt here. Today we're taking a look at SickBricks, the new toys from Spin Master. Now, of course, if you're familiar with Skylanders or Infinity or even the original UB Funkies, you'll understand the concept behind this, that these are toys that you will scan into a video game and be able to play on screen. The big difference here with SickBricks is that these tiny characters are made out of buildable pieces. And I'm going to use the term Lego only in the general sense that you build them together with little connecting nubs. But I want to talk about, first of all, the video game we cannot take a look at yet. According to the official website, it says the game is available on 3/12. If I go there on my phone, it says it's not available in my country. If I go there through the web browser to the Google Play Store, it says not available for any of my hardware. Now, of course, that may be just because they're waiting for March 12th. So we will come back to a part 2 when the software officially launches and see how it works. But I wanted to talk about the toys here in this unboxing blind bag. But there are a few things to talk about that make this a little different before we open all of these up. Now, first of all, let's start with what we consider our blind bag packages. Normally, on a package like this, you end up, ripping it open. You have a character inside. You have no idea what it is you're getting, and so you're constantly, if you're trying to get a particular character, you're just buying and buying and buying, trying to get that particular character. However, SickBricks actually are one step ahead with a small window opening, which actually means you can maneuver the figure on the inside and see who it is before you actually buy it to know if it's one you want to buy or not. Are you kidding me? This is like the greatest thing ever, to be able to see it, to know what it is before you are actually buying it. Now, on things like the Minecraft minifigures, the G.I. Joe figures, the Creos, the Transformers, they would have a code printed on them, and you could look up the code online, and sure, you could do that. A little bit of a hassle. This is just straight up, that's the figure you're getting. So when you're in the store and looking at the package, you can pull it up and see he's turned around facing the wrong way, but this is the Wolfman. He's holding the little piece of meat. So we know exactly what we're getting. Absolutely no mystery to it at all. We're going to get the characters we want. We'll open those in just a minute. But I wanted to talk about these. Now, these are characters in the 2-pack and the 5-pack that obviously show you who they are on in the window. There's no hidden figure back here or anything like that, so you know exactly what you're getting. But they've gone a step further. There are several different of these sets available in the 2-packs or the 5-packs, but they have different artwork at the top. The artwork at the top actually shows the figures that are inside this package. Meaning, when you have a whole peg full of these, you can easily flip through the pegs looking for the characters you want, and when you see the artwork, you'll know that that's the one you need, or you know if it's the one you already have. Which, again, is fantastic. That's just one of the aspects of the blind bag collectible character toys that I've always hated, is just the idea that you spend so much money and you get the same ones over and over. Not only have they thought ahead and given you this window so you know who you're buying, but even these on the peg are easily recognizable as to who's in the package, so you don't have to do a whole lot of digging. You can pretty much just kind of look down the line, see who's in there, and you know what you are getting. Now, they also have these big power-up play sets. We have one here. This unlocks 3 in-game powers and it has a bunch of buildable pieces inside, and you can see more figures along the edge. So, now, when I talked about the concept of these being buildable figures like Lego, and like I said, I use that term as a generic, you can see that there are removable pieces here, that they have exploded or expanded the figures so you can see how they're built. Let's go ahead and open up one of these small packages here, and rips open nice and easy. There's your figure all put together on a nice little figure piece stand, and you've got a little piece of paperwork here with a checklist of figures so you know who you still need to look for. And as you can see, it's not a huge set of figures. You've got 22 figures here. Once you own them, then you've got that set. There's not 140 figures. They don't have, like say, this figure also in blue and in green, where you have to track down all the different variants. Right here, this sci-fi guy is Tiberius Warp Speed, obviously a nod to Captain Kirk. But the buildable figure aspect comes in that he comes apart. And the thought is, of course, that when you build your figures and scan them into the game to play with them, you can mix and match to create new characters with new abilities and new powers. So let's open this other blind bag, so-called blind bag here. You can see it's a Wolfman with a pork chop. So now I've got a Spaceman and a Wolfman. And the Wolfman actually has this hairpiece on top, which covers up his little nubs, gives him the ears. But as you can see, I can just as easily put them on my space guy, and now, I don't know, he's a Vulcan, I guess you could say, with the ears. His pork chop can come out. I can give the pork chop to Tiberius here, and now Tiberius has the scanner and the pork chop, which, I mean, I'd love to have a tricorder scanner and a pork chop, and maybe that's just me. But all of the pieces here are interchangeable, so the heads can be swapped as well. You can also continue to build. Now, not having the game, I'm not sure how much building you can do and still have it recognized as a character. 2 heads may be too much for it. It may not recognize all of that. You may only be able to do, you know, a single swap or a single item, and just have to live with that. But still, it's a really neat idea. The interchangeable parts are, you know, just a great, fascinating concept. And it's one of those things where I can see a lot of people wanting to get a lot of different characters, mixing and matching a lot of different pieces, and then just trying to see which one is the best combination. Powering them up and seeing what works best. Now, opening these packages with these characters, you can see that there's not a whole lot to them. This is a 2-pack. So again, we just have 2 characters. We only get 1 block to put a guy on, like a little figure stand, if you will. But nonetheless, he is a 2-piece character with the head and body. And then this one is the 3-piece character, sumo guy with a turkey leg. And he's got the extra hairpiece on top. Now again, will the hairpieces add extra powers when we go to put them in the game? Who knows? We won't know until we actually get the game. But nonetheless, there it is. You've got your characters and your pieces that go together. The 5-pack is going to work pretty much the same way. We'll rip that open, take a look in a minute. But the big key difference here is going to be this big box with all the characters and the pieces. That's going to be the big one to stay tuned for. But I am going to pause right now and move some of this trash and stuff out of the way. Now we've opened up our 3-in-1 power pack to look at the figures here that are inside. Now according to the box, these top 3 figures are exclusive to the pack. You're not going to be able to get them anywhere else. These bottom 2 figures apparently are also going to be available in the single packs, the 2 packs, and the 5 packs. So if you do want to collect all the figures, you are going to have to buy some of these bigger packs. Now you may be wondering, why do I want to buy these big packs? Now they are power-up packs that add special powers to the game, but is there any other advantage? Actually, yes. Not only are you getting those figures, but I was actually kind of surprised to find out there's actually this backdrop inside the box. For those of you that like to display your toys, this cardboard piece is actually folded up inside where you can take your figures and set them in the scene. So you can build your own scenes, which adds to the fact that if you want to buy these and think of them as toys, this is perfect for it. This is perfect for putting together your toy scenarios and also putting them on display. We'll adjust this a little bit here. So your different figures can go on display. You can also play with them. Like my son, who is 10 years old, he loves to play with these figures. He will play with Skylanders and the Disney Infinity figures just on the floor of the TV room, on the couch. This adds the extra dimension of play that he really likes. Now, not only that, because that in itself is really cool, but it also comes with a storage box. There is a storage box inside the 3-in-1 power-up playset, which holds your extra pieces and a spot to put your guys in. It keeps them all nice and safe. It's almost like a Tupperware type container, and I'm going to use that term just again in the general sense, not the brand sense. But you've got the SickBricks name built in the front, and it closes and holds tightly, and your toys will not go lost all over the place. So besides the fact that you're getting a bunch of extra characters, you're getting a bunch of pieces to build with, you're also getting a playset, an actual physical playset. Granted, it's cardboard, but that's still pretty cool. And the box that keeps your stuff safe, keeps it from getting lost, which is just a phenomenal idea. Now, because this is a building game, there are pieces inside, and depending on how you build them and construct them, you will get different power-ups for inside the game. And just like buildable block collections, it has instructions here on how to put them together. Now, of course, to build one, you would take apart another. You can't build them all at the same time. So if you're going to build this portal, you're not going to build this power generator thing. If you're going to build this power generator, you're not going to be building this platform. So regardless of what these are, you can build all three, but not all three at the same time. Also, within our bag here, we'll go ahead and rip this open. Oh, it was open at the bottom. I didn't need to rip a hole. All right, I'm an idiot. Anyway, you can see that there are more of these display blocks. Now, all of these blocks have a little symbol on them, which you saw with some of these other figures that I opened. You had the outer space guy, has an outer space logo. You have these two, I'll say Asian, Oriental, whatever term you want to use. None of it's meant, in any sort of derogatory way, just as a general term. But it's got the yin-yang symbol on them that accompanies your monsters, whether it be the 3 monsters I had in my 5-pack or the one that was loose. You do have the teeth on it. You've got the police officer and the SWAT team guy, and there's a city logo on there. So you can see that inside this pack you also get display blocks that you can use for the characters that come inside your actual playset here. So it is nice that we get some extra of those to be able to use with our guys. We've got 5 of them, and we do have 5 characters that came in our pack. Now, it may take you a minute to try to figure out who goes with what. I'm going to guess the superhero-looking Power Ranger guy is going to get the hero logo. The monster here is going to get the monster one. But who gets the radioactive symbol? Is that the doctor, or is that this robotic chicken? I'm not sure. We do have this robot. Okay, I guess the robotic chicken would go there, but then the fist goes with the monkey wearing the fez with the bandana? Not exactly sure, but nonetheless, it is nice that we get those display blocks, and we do have these extra characters to play with. So overall, I have to say that these are super neat little buildable toys. Now we're going to pause here, and we're going to put together one of our portal power-up pieces here. So let's use the magic of video editing. Bada bing! We've got the warped gate. Now what we have here is a power supply, and we've got some cables running to this gate with a ramp walking up it, and then you've got your power portal. Now, what this actually does in the game, no idea, because again, we don't have the software available. But as you can see, it's actually a pretty decent looking toy. It's, as far as the constructs go, it actually looks pretty good. You've got some printed circuit work on the background there. Also, if you want to customize it further, it does come with these pieces that you can stick on to fill up the portal space if you want to do that. But that is, a decent looking little piece, and for your little guys, just the perfect size. So if you want to Stargate them or whatever this actually does, there you go. And again, this can be built into a couple different shapes. There's another type of portal. There's some sort of power generator backpack thing. Plus, with these being buildable blocks, they can be whatever you want. Maybe I want this to be my giant toilet bowl. So I can put it this way, and now I got a giant ring to do my poops in. Maybe that's what you're looking for. So there you go. This is actually a pretty well thought out system. The figures actually look very nice. There's a fair amount of detail on them. The accessories they come with seem to make sense for who they are and what they are. You've got, monsters like a zombie with a hatchet. You've got this crazy looking maniac guy with a knife. You've got a vampire with a rose. So you've got the gamut of stuff. So if you want sci-fi guys, you got sci-fi guys. You want monsters, you got monsters. You want a sumo guy with a chicken leg, you got a sumo guy with a chicken leg. I mean, what more could you want out of a toy line? So overall, I'm going to have to say that SickBricks look actually really cool. And as far as the toys go, there's a great level of collectability. Your not-so-blind bag figures are $2.49 at Toys R Us. They range up to the giant pack. The giant playset is $20. So how much you're going to put in is really up to you of how much of the stuff you actually want. The game itself on the system, downloading it for your iPad or your Android device is billed as being free. So it's not going to cost you anything to get the game. And apparently you can play the game without the toys if you want to, but the toys add an extra dimension. And then plus, who doesn't just want to have some extra toys? So there you go, guys. That's a look at SickBricks. I'm definitely giving this a good recommendation for now. Once we get the software, we get our hands on it and see how it actually plays, then we'll discuss this again. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.
Dirt, call me.